Tonight we've got a guest speaker here with us. We have Miss Lisa Slavin, our Transition Readiness District Facilitator. Got a chance to sit in on a meeting with her yesterday with our school Transition Readiness Facilitators, Tara Wooden, Justin Kraft, and Jennifer Cobb. They're doing a great job. They're looking at a lot of things, transition data. You're looking at college career ready data, ILPs. You're talking about Cert ACT data, work ethic certification. Now she's moving into another realm, which is more the apprenticeship co-op opportunities for our kids. So I'm going to go ahead and let Lisa come. There she is. She's hiding on me. Come on up and tell us what you got going on with that, Lisa.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being here tonight.
Oh, no problem. Good evening, everybody. Wanted to come and talk to you guys today about all the great things that Hardin County Schools is doing in terms of transition readiness for the district. So first and foremost, I really want to say thank you to Hardin County Schools for creating these positions first and foremost. I think oftentimes we get ideals and we create initiatives, and there's not necessarily a specific person put in charge of doing that task. So having the foresight to create their individual positions for this has really allowed our transition coaches to focus on just that transition readiness. They haven't had to try and squeeze it in with all the other duties that they're already doing. So just to let you know what those transition positions have allowed us to do. The first year that they were created, North Hardin increased their transition readiness by 12%, and career readiness increased by 15% in just 1 year. Unfortunately, COVID hit us last year, and we have not received numbers because they stopped data and they stopped accountability at that time. But we've talked to our transition coaches at each of the high schools. North Hardin had already surpassed their transition readiness rate for the previous school year, and COVID hit, and we did not get to do pathway testing for our juniors, and we did not get to get any of our T3 industry certs. So we're aware that they are continuing on an upward trajectory, and the other two schools are doing the exact same. John Hardin was within 2% of their overall rate that they had the previous year, and again, the entire third trimester, they didn't get to do any testing or any industry certifications. So it just shows you the continued growth that we're going to see in the district coming out of these positions. The other things that we were able to do, I know we talked last year about how we were able to work with the national branches of JROTC to get the industry certification for the ROTC pathway added back for the entire state of Kentucky, and things like that would not have been happening without these positions. So we wanted to start tonight by basically saying we've done all that and we're not done. We're just barely getting started. There are tons of plans in the works. One of the things that we did, obviously we added the district-wide position, which is what I'm doing to help coordinate with all three schools, but we're also going way bigger than, I know we've got the transition coaches at each of their high schools, but we're going bigger than that. So we've started, we've hit the ground running with work ethic certification. It is now K through 12 as opposed to being a high school only program. That's been rolled out at all of our elementary schools, and in fact, next week, report cards will be printed, and they will have their work ethic certification on the report cards so that parents can see as well what we're working on, what their kids are working on, and we can really get that growth mindset going where they can talk to their kids at home and at school about what they're doing, what they're working on, and improving themselves and growing on any standards that they need to grow on. We are going to be doing district-wide work ethic certification interviews. They're going to be happening at 5th grade. So when they leave elementary, they're going to get that experience of sitting down and talking with a professional and being able to speak eloquently about what they do and utilize all the work ethic skills that they've been learning throughout elementary school. And then they'll see that process again in 8th grade, and then they'll be prepared, hopefully by the time we get to their senior year, to be able to successfully complete not only that work ethic interview, but to help them successfully transition into the adult world and be able to do interviews to get them their careers for the rest of their lives. We have also been working in terms of transition readiness at the middle school level. So again, we're going district-wide. The middle schools, all 5 of them in the district, have added a career exploration class. We're beyond excited about this course. So best practice, what we set up for this is they're basically going over all 36, which is actually growing into 37 pathways already. We're adding pathways as well. They're going over all of the pathways in the middle school classes between the 6th and 7th grade years. And they're going to bring in community and business partners when we're not under COVID restrictions to talk about what jobs in those pathways look like so that kids are coming out of those classes with a much better understanding of if I take these classes and I do these trainings in high school, what kind of careers is that going to lead to? So we're educating them a lot more about industry here in E-Town. We're actually nationally ranked in terms of the industry that we have right here in Hardin County. And a lot of our kids, even doing our pathways, are graduating trained and certified in these careers, but then they don't know where to go from there. So we're really starting to bridge that gap by bringing those community partners in and not waiting until their senior year and saying, hey, go work for these people. We're bringing them into middle school so they can start to understand what are all these businesses that I see around town, what are these career pathways, and what kind of things would I do if I'm in them. So other than introducing the pathways and bringing in guest speakers, they're also doing hands-on STEM activities with the students that tie into those career pathways. Because one of the important things at that early level when we start talking about careers is getting students a chance to explore what it means to actually do that work. It's hard for a student to say, I like or I don't like this pathway when they've never been exposed to the kind of content that actually falls in it. So they've been doing all kinds of different engineering things. We were just talking about how we're working to get them some microbits where they'll be able to do coding and programming, even tie it in with our business pathways to show how you do like electronic advertising and things like that. So the students are really excited about that class, but the teachers are also excited about it because they know it's purposeful. And then our high school programs, that they finally have a feeder program basically, because finally somebody's talking to them about what classes you're going to be able to take when you get into high school. And so they're really setting that up for success when they get into our high school pathways to know not necessarily exactly what they want to do by the time they're a freshman in high school, but maybe to at least be able to say, I know I don't like this, to be able to look at 37 pathways and have some sort of idea of what direction they might want to go in instead of it being such an overwhelming process for them. We've also started Cert Testing. So transition readiness, we focus a lot on the career pathways because I tell students career pathways are for everybody. I don't know anybody that's going to be able to just live life without having to work a job and make money to be able to sustain what they want to do. So whether you're going into your career pathway right after high school or if you need additional training and you need to go to a post-secondary institution, we try to teach everybody to go the career pathway route. But to prep kids that do need to go to a post-secondary institution before they go into their career pathway, we've started doing Cert Testing. It's a diagnostic ACT. Sorry, these masks. Gets it hard to breathe. So it's a diagnostic ACT, and it really helps us to be able to pinpoint what areas those students need assistance on to really prep them for being able to get entrance into college without having to take any remedial classes. So our transition coaches have been working on that as well. The next thing that I want to talk about in terms of what our transition coaches are doing, we've got a lot of pieces of the puzzle going on right now in terms of, adding career pathways, trying to educate kids. Within those career pathways, we do industry certifications, which allow our students to be trained and certified to go directly into the workforce after graduation. But we've wanted to add a third piece for a long time, and that is the job experience, because you can go over all of this stuff in a classroom, but until they step foot into that workplace, it's really hard to visualize those skills and what it actually looks like. So our transition coaches, along with our career pathway teachers, have been working to expand co-op opportunities. These are really crucial for our students because other than being able to get actual use of the skills that they've learned in the classroom, it's also forming networking and relationships. We've got to start building our own workforce and building our own successful community. And if our kids don't have some sort of tie to Hardin County, to their community, they don't have a person that they know they can reach out to, that they can use as references, it really is going to help them have some sort of tie to want to come back and work here in Hardin County. So we're trying to expand that and get business and industry a lot more involved at the high school level with our co-op students. So for tonight, I wanted to bring in a couple of our co-op students to talk about those experiences, the relationships that they're forming, and how that is benefiting them at the high school level. This is Mr. Landon Reed, and I'm going to let him go ahead and take over.
Thank you.
Go. Good evening. My name is Landon Reed. I'm a senior at North Hardin High School. Through most of my high school career, I've been working towards completing my ag mechanics and my animal science pathways. And as of my third trimester of my junior year, I completed both of those pathways. Yeah. Completing those pathways allowed me to be eligible for the co-op program. And with the help of some of my professional connections through ag community and all that, the ag community and FFA, I was given the opportunity to work at a vet clinic, Helmwood Vet Clinic in E-Town. And of course, I'm a member of FFA. So I'm also a member of North Hardin football team, Coach T. With the completion of my pathways and involvement at FFA and the connections that I have, I was able to get into co-op. And through co-op, I've been able to witness firsthand what it's going to be like to work in a vet clinic when I get out of college and finish schooling. And I've also been able to make some good connections to help me secure maybe a place to go when I first get fresh out of college. And I have relations with 3 or 4 doctors from Helmwood.
Great.
So, and then through my participation in football, I've also gained discipline and communication skills that have given me confidence in life and in the workplace. So, thank you for this opportunity to speak tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very
Very impressive. That's certainly a
Did you
success
know
story.
that Helmwood Veterinary Clinic was started by a good North Hardin graduate?
Doc Brown? I'm good friends with Doc Brown.
And this is Miss Perrin, also from North Hardin High School, speaking about her co-op experiences.
Great.
Hello, my name is Anaya Perrin. I am president of North Hardin High School and president of North Hardin High School TECA and a proud member of North Hardin High School Co-op. During high school, I have been working towards completing my office administration pathway. As a senior, I've had the opportunity to participate in co-op. Co-op is beneficial to me because it gives me the opportunity to experience firsthand the skills I need to balance school and work life, which will be necessary when I graduate from high school and enter college. I work for State Farm agent Jared Swift through co-op. This position allows me to further develop and implement customer service skills such as interacting with customers on the phone and in person, and observing business and marketing skills. I have been able to implement my business management and office administration skills developed through courses within my pathways such as typing, the use of Microsoft Office programs, and my knowledge of selling and marketing. I have also been able to further develop my professionalism and workplace skills. This is also beneficial because it allows me to lead and promote excellence within my role as DECA president. Through our SBO DECA business and marketing organization, I have been able to utilize my business and marketing knowledge at regional and state competition levels. These opportunities have also given me confidence in my skills that are valuable within my co-op position. I have also been presented with networking and professional experiences I may not have had otherwise. In conclusion, I am very grateful for North Hardin High School co-op programs and the great opportunities I have been given as a result of working towards my pathway and future goals. I would encourage local businesses and business owners to consider hosting a co-op student, as I feel it's a great opportunity for those involved in both roles. Thank you for your time and allowing me to speak with you this evening.
Thank you.
Very good. They're doing some impressive things. They're doing some impressive things.
And of course, we have to take time while we have the floor to say if anybody else would like to take on a co-op student at their place of business. We are always looking for more, because these are just a few of our students that are doing co-op. We have a ton over at Central Hardin. They have a huge student population. They're right there in the middle of all of industry. So these are just a few of the success stories that are coming out of Hardin County Schools.
That's great.
Co-op is also not where we're ending it. You guys actually have a decision paper in your packets tonight to look at adding apprenticeships here in the district, because apprenticeships are taking it even a step further. They're not just getting that short time experience and making those connections. They will actually complete with their National Department of Labor Journeyman Certificate and be certified to do the work. No student loans or anything like that, and all of it will be trained right here within Hardin County Schools. And then once we get those up and running, we will start doing more apprenticeships out in the community and business as well, so that we're just training certified, educated, and work ethic certified students that are coming out of Hardin County Schools. So yeah, that's the majority of what we have going on. I want to thank you guys for your time, and you'll be hearing more from us in the future.
That's great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
to finish it off, all the 37 pathways are encompassed in about 13 different categories. You got engineering, health services, and since we cannot take the kids this year over to EC3 in big groups, we're actually creating 4-minute segmented videos to give to the students in 8th grade so they can watch those and choose which ones they want to look at before doing their one-on-one scheduling in the spring. We've got Gina Ryan working on those videos as we speak and got the first demo today, so I'm very excited about that.
That's great.
Thanks.
Good
Tell
job.
by Miss Slavin's tone of voice, even behind that mask, that she's excited about it, and when the leader is excited about it, good things are gonna happen.
That's great.
Thank you.
Good job, thank you. Some good kids.